October 14th, 2009. Small town outside Portland, Oregon. A woman vanishes. No struggle, no forced entry. Nobody saw anything. Her car's in the driveway, keys in the ignition. Coffee mug on the counter, still warm. TV's on in the living room. But here's what really messed with investigators. She didn't pack a bag. Wallets on the counter, phones plugged in, charging. She never planned to leave. So if she didn't walk out, someone took her. But who? Years later, detectives admitted something that still bothers them. This case wasn't unsolved because they had no evidence. They had plenty. Problem was, every piece told a different story. Then, 2 years later, they found something that changed everything. Today we're diving into Laura Mitchell, a woman who vanished from her own life, leaving only questions. This should have been solved, but 15 years later, still one of the most frustrating unsolved disappearances in the Pacific Northwest. Let's get into it. Laura Mitchell was 32 when she disappeared. Dental assistant in Beaverton. Always on time, patients loved her. 8 years at the same practice. Lived alone in a quiet townhouse. No criminal record, no enemies, no money problems. Friends said she was introverted but super reliable. Never spontaneous. Liked routine. Her life was boring, which is why what happened makes no sense. The night before, October 13th, Laura had dinner with a friend. Normal conversation. She seemed fine. At 9:47 p.m., she called her sister Emily, talked for 20 minutes, said she was tired, going to bed early. That was the last time anyone heard from her. Next morning, Laura doesn't show up for work. By noon, her boss is worried. By 1 p.m., Emily gets a call from the office. She tries calling Laura, straight to voicemail. You know that gut feeling when something's wrong? Emily had that. By 2:30, she's at Laura's place. Car's in the driveway, front door locked. She uses her spare key and walks in. Everything looks normal, but it's not. Purse on the counter, wallet inside, keys by the door, phone charging in the bedroom. Bed looks slept in. Coffee mug half full, stone cold. TV still on. But Laura? Gone. Emily calls 911. Police search everywhere. No blood, no fight, no forced entry. Back door locked from inside. Nothing's missing. Laptops on the couch. Jewelry untouched. One officer called it the cleanest scene I've ever worked. That was the problem. Too clean. Police canvassed the neighborhood. One neighbor mentioned something. Around 2 a.m., he heard a car idling outside. Dark sedan, maybe black. Sat there for 2-3 minutes. Then drove off, slowly. No headlights. Investigation moves fast. Phone records? Nothing weird. Last call to Emily at 9:47 p.m. Bank account? No activity after October 13th. No withdrawals, no purchases. Security footage confirms her car never moved. Every digital trace just stopped. Police interview everyone. Co-workers, friends, family. All say she seemed normal. No stress, no fear. But one name keeps coming up. Derek Holloway, her ex. They dated 2 years, broke up 6 months before she disappeared. Laura ended it. Derek didn't take it well. He called her repeatedly after. Showed up at her work once. Laura told him it was over. Eventually, he seemed to back off. When police question Derek, he cooperates. Says he was home alone that night. They search his place. Nothing. Weeks turn into months. Tips lead nowhere. The case goes cold. 2 years pass. Fall 2011. Maintenance workers renovating a vacant property 15 miles away. He's tearing down drywall in the basement. Finds a phone wedged behind the wall. Gives it to police. They run the serial number. It's Laura Mitchell's phone. Phone's damaged, but the SIM card works. Forensics recover the data. One unsent draft message, time-stamped 2:17 a.m., October 14th, 2009. It says, "Someone is here. I don't know who." 8 words, never sent. Investigators check who owned that property, bought in April 2010 by a couple from California. But before that, Derek Holloway owned it. Derek sold the place and moved out of state right after Laura vanished. Police track him down in Nevada. He denies knowing how the phone got there. But Laura had never been to that house, not once. They search his Nevada place. Again, nothing. They have a phone, a message, a connection, but no proof. 9 years after she vanished, Laura Mitchell is declared dead. No arrests, no charges. Derek's never been named a suspect, just a person of interest. He maintains his innocence. Laura's family still fights for answers. Her sister Emily runs a website keeping Laura's story alive. The case is still open. Suspicious disappearance. Detectives believe someone knows what happened. They just can't prove it. Laura didn't vanish into thin air. She disappeared inside a system that demands proof, even when the truth feels obvious. Cases like this remind us, not every crime ends with justice. Sometimes they just end with silence. And that silence can last forever. If you've got thoughts on this case, drop them in the comments. Want more true crime stories that deserve answers? Hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.